Welcome, Leo. We're doing an energy reading for you today. It is a general reading, so always trust yourself on what resonates, leave what does not. And this reading is wherever Leo is in your birth chart, sun, moon, rising sign. And if you're cross-watching, big welcome. Now, I will just mention I have just reopened my personal readings. They've been closed for quite some time. They may just be open for June. So if you do want to get a personal reading with me, spots are limited, so you do need to get in quick. Booking links on here and down below. Let's dive in. So Leo, first up, we're pulling you a central energy. We're also going to pull some energies around situations you may be moving through right now, guidance around that. We got a message that roses have thorns. So often when we pull this, it's around the heart space. It can relate to love relationships, and Spirit's saying whatever you're going through right now that's creating pain or emotional pain is an awakening call. So it's asking you to look at some aspect of self or your life, which means that there's either a deficit going on, there needs to be some balance within self. It could be a life lesson. And there's a need for you to turn frustration into success. So if you're being impatient right now, Spirit's saying you need to be more flexible. You may feel like you're trying to do something and you're not getting any headway. And Spirit's saying just use that to fuel your growth, your motivation. You will overcome whatever you're going through. If you're going through something on a physical level, then persevere. Okay, don't give up right now. And to shed the shell. Some of you have withdrawn and put yourself in a little cocoon here. So there's a need for you to come out of that cocoon. It's almost like this one doesn't want to show itself, which just intrigues me a little more. Or you need to move beyond your limits. There's a lot of vortexes opening up for you here. So you can achieve more than you think is possible for yourself. So you've placed some limits around yourself about what you think you're capable of, what's possible for you. And to feel the breath of the divine. So this is the universe supporting you, tapping into universal source energy, feeling the preciousness of life, enjoying life, being present. It's almost there's so many like voids also going on here. So it's like you're kind of going into the unknown, but you're fearing whatever's going to come out there. You know, what's going to happen when I go into this void? Am I going to come out of this void? And what's going to happen on the other side of this void? All right, let's put some messages that are going to balance these energies out. Oh, you got soda light. There's a need for you to create new vision. So if I'm going to give you a few examples here. Very simple one. If you're applying for a job and you've been applying for job after job after job and it's the same industry, Spirit's saying maybe you need to recognize that pathway's ended for you. You need to create a new vision for yourself. Try a different career path. That's just one example. If you're trying to do something, like even if it's a business idea, I think there's always a need for you to persist and persist and persist and persevere until you make headway, right? But then you've also got to realize when something's not working. And now that could look at you in terms of, well, my bank account's suffering and I'm just really struggling. Well, then something needs to shift, right? You either need to put that idea on ice until you can make it a better idea, or, go and get something that's going to support you financially. These are just kind of examples of when we hit a brick wall, what do we need to do? Spirit's saying you need a new vision. And you've got tiger's eye, so you need to step back into your personal power. Some of you playing the victim. Some of you being apathetic, meaning you're not willing to take action. You know that there's an issue in your life and you're just kind of sitting there looking at it going, what am I going to do with that? Spirit's saying you need to move yourself forward. Step back in your personal power. Take your power back. Oh, and you've got gold, which is the solar angel. Some of you need to boost up your life force energy. If you could find some sunshine, sitting in the sunlight would be really good for you. It's almost like you've got to have a beautiful energy of warmth infiltrate your physical body, your energetic body. You might want to get some Reiki done if you know a Reiki practitioner. And you got the Boji stone, which is this whole experience is trying to bring you into balance and alignment. Now, the Boji stones are ancient stones, right? We hold one in each hand. One represents the feminine energy, one represents the masculine energy, so that we're balanced in both. When we're afraid to take action, we're not in the masculine energy, we're too much in the feminine and we're being apathetic, right? Now, if we had a creative idea or something that we wanted to do, then that's our feminine energy, but the masculine energy comes in to help us bring that idea to life or to take action, to be motivated, if that can explain it. Spirit wants you to be balanced in both sides of self. If we're too much in the masculine energy, we could try and force things to happen. We could be too pushy, too controlling. All right, let's have a look at some inner truths you might need to face right now. Or you need to release attachments to a personal outcome. If you're holding on tightly to something, Spirit's saying you need to let it go. You're too invested in it, you're holding on to it too tightly. Because sometimes we can get a fixed idea about what it is we do want, particularly if we're talking about like job opportunities. And there could be other ways of doing things that you're just completely missing. Or Spirit's saying there's something hidden from you right now that you can't even see. What is that? Oh, you've got to come out of hermit mode to see it, Spirit's saying. You're not going to see it while you've placed yourself in this bubble of protection or hiding away. One of the ways in which you're going to come out of that shell is do something adventurous this weekend. Get out, go and mix with people, go to an event, go out hiking, do something, even go for a country drive and have a coffee somewhere. You've got to come out of this shell you've placed yourself in. So there's something hidden from you, might be a limitation you've placed around yourself. And you're feeling like, I just want to protect my peace and hide away here. Okay, all right. I mean, there is certainly instances where we want to protect our peace. Now, there's definitely a life lesson here, and it's all about bringing you into balance. Okay, more to be revealed for sure. Let's have a look at your energy, where Spirit's saying you need to create a new vision. There's something you're doing that's not working for you. Yeah, you've got to make a practical head over heart decision. You're a guy or a girl. And to release any envy, jealousy, lack going on in your life. Some of you are operating from a state of lack. And there's also hostilities here. Oh, that tells me a lot. If some of you are attaching yourself to a past person, there is no returning for that one, right? They're completely opposed to reconnecting with you. So some of you need to accept that. I don't know if you're feeling like that towards someone else. It was directly related to a love relationship. Or you're feeling a bit of lack of, like if you're single, some of you are feeling a void in that aspect of your life. And if you're trying to hold on to someone from the past, it's definitely over. So you've got to let it go. Nobody can force you. You could give yourself all sorts of excuses and illogical, illusionary things that you say to yourself going, oh, they'll want me back. No, Spirit's saying they've moved on. They're very hostile towards you. Why would you try and force something that's not going to happen just because you want to make it happen? And what does that mean? Like you could feel like you were really into someone, but you weren't really looking at the other side of that. Was, do they meet my relationship needs? Was that love that I was giving to that person, was it reciprocal? In some instances, it ended, so the connection ended, right? There's a payoff in holding on to a past person. It means you don't have to get out of your comfort zone and meet new people and open up to love again. You're just protecting yourself by saying illusionary things to yourself, like I'm going to wait for them to come back to me. My Spirit's saying they're not coming back. No. Some of you need to do some heart healing. Bring that heart back into balance. All right, let's have a look at Spirit saying the pain that you're feeling is an awakening call to create growth. You need to come out of this shell you've placed yourself in. Because you're so attached to it. You've changed yourself to that person or situation. Holding yourself stuck. Okay. You may have felt like you didn't get the opportunity to express what you wanted to express. So I don't know if somebody ghosted. You didn't speak up for yourself. You didn't ask for your needs to be met. There could be a life lesson in there for you to express your needs, to figure out whether somebody could actually meet your needs. Did you even want the same things? Because when you figure out what that is, then you're going to be ready to open up that door to love. Let's have a look at the attachment. It's definitely affecting your ability to open up to love, right? So what does it look like? It's almost like you could attach yourself to a past person. You go on a date with someone and the only thing you talk about is the ex. And that's really off-putting because the person sitting opposite you will go, clearly you haven't let go of the past. Even if it's like denigrating an ex and saying how bad they were and how it ended, you're still recycling through the past. Some of you need to let go of an old story. That person's gone. Whether you ended it or they ended it, kind of feels like they might have ended it. All right, let's have a look at you moving beyond the limits you've placed around yourself. A need for you to step into your personal power. Spirit's saying do something adventurous. It's going to help you get out of hermit mode. Okay, you do have an increase in money coming into your life. So money's looking okay. And you need to get some rest and relaxation and get out of that mind space. Totally switch that mind off. Yoga would be good. Meditation. Yeah, here you are stuck and tied up. Tying yourself in knots. Directly sitting under the door to love. And it's just creating indecision in your life. You don't know which path to take because you're not taking any path. You're just standing there looking at them. Yep. Going, I don't want either of these choices. I want to go back to how it was. We can't go back to how it was. You've got the door to spirit opening, so you might want to do a little bit more around your spiritual practices to try and help elevate your vibration. Get you out of this little funk that's going on here. I did say funk, F-U-N-K, funk, right? All right, let's have a look at this side where some of you are just doing whatever you can to protect your peace. And you've got the solar angel here, which means there needs to be an energy influx into your physical body to shift your energy. Yeah, getting out and doing things with the community would be great for you. Join new groups, connect with your friends, part of your healing journey. Enough of sitting there mulling over the past. There's also a need for you to focus on your sense of security and stability, the root chakra. And you are starting a new life chapter. So the other chapters ended, Spirit saying. It's time of expansion and growth. All right, Spirit wants you to feel the breath of the divine, which is the beauty of life. Yeah, it's going to help you get back into the crown chakra, elevate into that higher state of consciousness. Get out there and, if you can, get out and do some nature walks. Even if it's cold, put a coat on, take an umbrella. Because you need to release some stress that you've built up here. And the broken heart that you're working through. Yeah, big need for you to bring yourself back into balance. Again, you've got yin and yang, masculine and feminine energies. You need to bring yourself back to balance. And the broken heart, journal out your feelings. This would be really cathartic for you, particularly those of you that didn't express yourself or didn't get a chance to express yourself fully to a past person. When we do journaling, I want you to be really raw and real with yourself. No one's going to read it. At the end of it, rip it up, burn it, right? So nobody can read it. First part of that journaling, if you're feeling really angry towards somebody, then express that anger. You're this, you're that, swear your head off, call them whatever name you want to call them under the sun. Just do it. Purge, darling, purge. I don't care if you're brought up as a Christian and you're going, I can't say that. Damn well say it, right? Nobody's going to read it. It's just purging, purging, getting the frustration, the anger, the resentment out. You did this. This is how it made me feel. X, Y, Z. Rah, rah, rah. Lie in breath, roar it out. Get that anger and resentment out. It's just pain, pain. After you've done your purging, darlings, might take you a few goes, is then go, okay, well, what was it trying to show me about my choice, about this person, about me? Have I repeated a pattern? Do I not believe I'm worthy of a beautiful love, fidelity, trust, equal give and take in a relationship? What is tripping me up where I'm accepting less than what I'm worth? Staying with people far too long. Pining over somebody that wasn't returning my feelings. Missing red flags. Maybe reading too much into a situation where you thought someone was interested in you, but you could tell that there was something quite right there. Which means you should let it go quicker, right? There's something in there that you need to explore around that. What is my lesson in there? What part of self do I need to balance and heal so that I'm whole when I go into whole, W-H-O-L-E, when I go into the next love relationship? Then the next part of that journaling, what do I want in a love partner? What's going to meet my needs? Where am I not speaking up for myself and expressing my needs? Did you grow up with your needs denied in some way so that you don't even ask for what you need? Because when you did growing up, it was either didn't make any difference, you weren't going to get your needs met. Somebody denigrated you for asking for your needs to be met and made you feel guilty or shameful for asking for your needs to be met. That's inner child wounding that needs to be healed. It can really affect your love relationship. If that resonates with you, I have done an ebook and masterclass on healing the inner child. Might want to go and check that out. There is a big life lesson in here for you to learn. So then the last part of that journaling, okay, what am I going to do to get out of my comfort zone? What am I going to do to meet new people? Even if it's just friendships, what am I going to do to feel better? Boost myself up, look after myself, self-care routines. Set your goals for the next 3 to 6 months. That's the power of journaling. You might want to rip the first part out of it and shred it or burn it. Do a burning bowl. That's always cathartic. All right, let's have a look at you bringing yourself into balance here in the life lesson. Oh, some of you went through deceit, or you deceived yourself about a situation. Told yourself it was something that it wasn't. It's time for you to open up that door to personal healing and happiness. We can only do that when we take accountability for self. And some of you might need to seek a healer of the ages to do that. So you might need to seek some counseling. Talk to a third person, get a different view on things. You are going to have victory over this situation, Spirit's saying, particularly if you went through something that was deceptive. The victory for you will be healing, right? You can't control what somebody else needs to do. Don't be going, oh, that person needs to fix this, that, and that, and then we'll be together. No, they may not even want to fix that about themselves. Not your job to fix someone. All right, let's pull you some guidance from the ancient soul tribes. Having a look at this top row here where Spirit's saying it's time for you to create a new vision for your life, particularly when it comes to love, relationships, and release this attachment to this person. Or what you're hoping to happen here. Yeah, it's time for you to just get really in touch with what are your passions, what's going to make you happy. Again, this big message to get out in Mother Nature. Clear that energy. Okay. You may have felt like this person was your true love, and Spirit's saying on some level it wasn't, right? Maybe you felt like it had the promise of being or the potential of being a true love. When you get through this process, Spirit's saying there is going to be a true love for you. It's going to be better than what you ever had before. And you'll be going, oh, that's what true love is. Okay. Equal give and take. Somebody that's into me as much as I'm into them. Yeah. Let's have a look at you coming out of this void and this bloody shell you've put yourself into. Some of you have to balance yourself and speak up about your needs being met to open up this door to love. Okay, part of your life lesson is putting healthy boundaries in place with others. Where did you compromise your values and your boundaries to be with someone? It's almost like what part of your soul were you willing to sell to just have someone in your life? Your values got compromised there. Doing things that are creative, related to music, would be really good for you in your time off. And you need to get back into your high priest and high priestess energy, which is high vibing. All right, let's have a look at you moving beyond your limits of what you think is possible for yourself, stepping back into your personal power, releasing yourself from feeling stuck here. Spirit saying your money's looking good. Big focus on doing some self-care right now, pampering yourself. Third message, to get outside in nature, to ground your energy, release that, those pent-up energies. Okay, when you come out of hermit mode, darlings, expect a miracle. Now your prayers are being answered by the divine. All right, let's have a look at this love whisper. It's saying it's a big lesson here for you to learn. Connect with groups, friendships. Be willing to open up that door to healing. You do have a bright future ahead, so just to stay very positive, optimistic. There's a need for you to back yourself here. So if somebody's trying to hoodwink you and say that it didn't go down the way it did, well, you can only relate to it on how it made you feel. Recognize how this situation made you feel. It didn't make you feel great at all, did it? No. No, it didn't. Some of you have energy healing abilities, so you might want to explore Reiki energy healing, I'm going to say, because you can do that on yourself. It's very therapeutic. You've actually got to practice on yourself for a good 6 months before you practice on someone else. All right, let's put you some guidance from the tarot. Okay. Spirit's saying you tried way too hard in this situation. You were giving way too much and the other person wasn't. It exhausted you energetically. And your plans and ideas might need refinement right now. If you're trying to open up that door to love, Spirit's saying the timing's not right yet because you're not healed. You're still focusing on the negative, the spilt cups. And you need to take the mask off and see where you're tripping yourself up. Oh, yeah. Big message there. Yeah. Time for a brand new fresh start. It's time to leave the empty cups behind, the things that haven't worked out. Free yourself. Lighten your load. Some of you may want to move and relocate, take a trip. And be really great for you to do these kind of practices. Coming through again in meditative pose, deep relaxation, sound therapy. Got to get out of the mind. Mind's in hyperdrive right now. Oh, okay. The message channeling through. If you're constantly checking up on this person on social media, you need to pack that up. Because all that's to do is fueling this hyperdrive energy. You've got to cut that cord off. So lessen it off, lessen it off, lessen it off, then go cold turkey to stop doing it, Spirit's saying. Because it's just, you're just attaching yourself to their energy. All right, let's put you some guidance from the Crystal Healing deck. Some of you went, oh yeah, you just caught me out. Yeah. Okay, doing things that are creative, again, coming through for you. You are going to have success, right? You are going to overcome this hump, this obstacle, this lesson. Just got to be truthful and honest with yourself. You've got to face your shadow side. Part of you that needs to balance and heal. Oh, this is gorgeous. Absolutely a time of new beginnings for you, and it involves a lot of self-love and looking after yourself. Exercise, good nutrition, get back to some good sleeping habits, catch up with your friends, do things that are adventurous, get some energy into that body. Yeah, Spirit's saying love does matter. Don't give up on love. You deserve to have a beautiful love that's peaceful, where you're not the one trying too hard. Somebody's just giving you crumbs of love. There is going to be a renewal of peace in your world. This is so beautiful. So it's almost like you just got to let go of this whole, when you let go of the situation, it's just, you're going to come back to you. And Spirit's saying, they're giving you assurance that you're being held in their protection right now, that everything's going to be okay. Oh, I can hear some of you going, but I don't want to let go of it. Well, that's a conscious choice. You'll just stay stuck for a long time. There's a need for you to shift your energy. Definitely. Conscious choice if you want to stay stuck, because it's a payoff in that. It means you don't have to grow and move forward. It means you don't have to do your healing journey. You don't have to stop repeating patterns. You can just continue repeating patterns. Yeah. Up to to. All right, let's pull you some messages from your spirit team directly. Okay, you got follow the moon. The lunar cycles may significantly affect you. Now, it would be great if you could do this cleansing process, this journaling process before the next full moon, before it, like the day before it, or the 2 days before it, and clear your energy, right? So that you're ready for a brand new fresh start on the full moon. Sorry, new moon. And surrender to the flow. Some of you need to let go of things and just go with the flow. Number 44, message direct from spirit. You got to embrace the dark sitting over the shadow side. Double confirmation there, you've got to face your shadow side. And again, on this side, a new beginning, new day dawning for you. That's what wants to happen. All right, let's pull you some guidance around actions moving forward. Oh, third message, it's a time of new beginnings. There's an exercise that you can do, right? It's a visualization exercise, and it's like behind you is the past, right? So it's like you're standing on one side of a door. Now, you could do it physically, or you could just do it in your mind's eye. So everything behind you is the past. And it's almost like you're saying, from this moment on, I like cut all the cords and attachments to the past. I leave the past behind. It no longer serves me. Walk through that door and close it behind you. And then it's saying, like, I fully embrace this brand new beginning, this new me. The past no longer haunts me, has no hold over me. I free myself from the past. And you could just, you know, on one side of it, cut energetically all the cords around you, attachments around you to release yourself. It's time for you to embrace life. Get out in nature. Do things that are attached to nature. Anything that puts a smile on your face in a healthy way. You are absolutely going to thrive. Some of you need to go on a health and fitness kick. That's going to really make you feel good. And you're healing chaos in your life right now, so it feels turbulent. There are butterflies surrounding this tornado. So everything's just happening to transform and help you grow. All right, let's pull you a crowning energy from the Pegasus Oracle. You've got the fierce Pegasus of fire. Look at that. Oh, we're about to burn through everything you don't need. Are you ready? Darlings, ready? Some of you need to release the cords and attachments attached to your ego in the back here. So I don't know if you attached your sense of self to this person. As in, I don't know if you tried to morph into something that you weren't to be with this person. You've attached them to your ego. You're ready? It says, Leo. Pegasus, guardian and teacher of the soul, manifests a sacred blessing of spiritual fire to cleanse, protect, and stimulate the soul's divine potential. The creative power of the element of fire burns through negative energies and karmic attachment, animating the spiritual flames within the heart. When divinely ablaze, the heart is capable of love that heals oneself and others. It is the heart that knows how to forgive and let go, retaining pure love and goodwill towards all beings, no matter what may have transpired between you and them. Fire holds the genius of purification. It burns away that which is unhealthy and unhelpful. So there is energy available to foster new pathways and connections. When the sacred fire clears your soul, you may experience a loss, but not necessarily an unwanted loss. You're asked to let go of toxic situations that are impeding your growth, so you may receive a blessing of passionate inspiration and a realization of your divine potential. Whether you consciously recognize it or not, your soul is ready for something profoundly new and alive. You have a deep yearning to express the wild love of your heart. Yet your life may feel out of control and you may worry about what's unfolding. Although you may temporarily find yourself in undesirable circumstances, you'll ultimately be happy with the outcome and realize that you've been given what truly ignites your spirit and brings joy to your deserving heart. Beautiful new opportunities are on your spiritual horizon. Perfect message. There was one part of that journaling that as I was reading that, I kind of recognized that I missed, and that is the forgiveness practices. So when we release cords and attachments, it's like we're visualizing someone attached to us on a cord, maybe more than one person. And as we cut that cord, we're releasing them so that they disappear, like completely disappear and float away. But we want to wish them well on their journey, and we want to genuinely wish them well on their journey. Now, you might need to repeat that practice a few times before you actually feel it. The point at which you'll be healed is when you're unbothered by someone else's energy and you can genuinely wish them well on their path, right? That's when you know you've healed from someone. All right, those are your messages. If you enjoyed this reading, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of these readings. And don't forget, reach out for a personal reading if you need extra guidance and support at this time. A booking link is on here and down below. Take it easy. And for now, much love, much light. Namaste.